No, Daniel was trying to do that.
Oh.
I can finish it. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I think we got it straightened out. Okay. There we go. Angela, you good?
Okay, are we ready to try again?
Yes, we should be good now.
Okay. I'm going to have about 10 recordings to somehow figure out how to piece together.
We can work on that after.
Okay. So we're recording again. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for bearing with us. Thank you so much for being persistent. See, this is how you work with hosts. You keep working. And then I'm going to go back to share screen again and see if I can. It changed my setup. So let's try this desktop. See what else I have open, y'all. Okay. All right, so we talked about quite a few different methods of recording, or I'm sorry, of giving the host for inviting. So the good thing is you want to build the excitement with the host with inviting their guests. So I know with virtual parties, I actually give them sample words to use to invite their host. Just because I feel like if you make it easier for them, then they'll actually do it. And so with a for a cooking show host, you might want to do something very similar where you want to tell your guests exactly how to invite. So suggest to the host, like, remember what you enjoyed about the party, and kind of explain that to your guests. So let them know they've got to see the new blank, or they are really going to love this, and have the host tell them what she loves or he loves about those items. So the one big important part of host coaching is definitely layering your level of invitations. And you want to explain that to your host that not everyone responds the same way, and some people prefer text messages, some people prefer phone calls, emails, or private messages. And if you do leave them a text or an email, you can encourage your host to say, hey, I just left you a voicemail, or text them or private message them, I just left you a voicemail, I can't wait to hear what you think. And the more excitement you have, the more excitement they're going to have as well. So you also can say, I just invited you to a fun party, so be sure to check your events on Facebook, or you can mail postcards and mini catalogs. I know Chantel mails mini catalogs with actually the link right on it. I personally, Red Stamp is an option. I personally have a Pic Collage invitation that I use. It's a very similar program. So if you don't know what Red Stamp or Pic Collage are, you are more than welcome to ask your director if they could kind of explain that to you a little bit more. And so here's some samples of Red Stamp invitations that people have used in the past. Let's see. So I don't know, everyone does things a little bit differently. This is to get the guest list from the host, to send me a list of everyone you're inviting so I can send a mini catalog out to them. Other people prefer to meet people in person, face to face, and hand them a mini catalog. Some people prefer to do a Facebook group or event, but then in addition, they need to personally invite them to have them get into that so they know why they're being invited. And Facebook is not the only way to invite enough. I don't know why there's a train sound, but so the guest list format, some people like names on labels, some people fill in a blank electronic list. Some people like, I know I've had some hosts that actually do a really good job with adding their guests to the host dashboard within the Consultants Corner. I find that works really well because especially for a cooking show, you can email everyone a reminder. With that, you can also use that tool, that function to invite. Can you guys hear that? Beep, beep. Okay. There's not a train at my house, I promise. Yeah. But that's another way to, you can also email the grocery list that way. I'm personally not as familiar with Margot, but whatever you want to do, just, work on the guest list with them. But to me, the big part is telling the host why you need the guest list. The bigger the guest list, the bigger the attendance, the more orders. It also helps at the end so that you can follow up with those particular guests after the party, the ones that couldn't come. And you can share with the host, by the way, the people who have $1,000 shows usually have a really good guest list. And I personally think you can do it however you want, as long as you are getting a good size guest list. And a personal thanks for booking, a phone call or personal note the next day. I wanted to give you a quick call to say thank you for booking a party with me. This is all pretty beginning before the party. And I don't know if Chantel possibly could.
What do you need help with?
Because we only have about 15 more minutes, and some of this, I think we could almost do a quick role play of host coaching, if you're okay with that.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm going to pretend like Chantel and I are having an actual cooking party, and she's going to be the host, and I am going to host coach her, just for an example for you all. So I'm going to actually, okay, so Chantel, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I had so much fun with you at Monica's party, and I know that I'm really excited for yours in about 3 weeks on December, etc. When we left the party, what was the one thing that you were like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to get this item for free?
The grill pan.
The grill pan.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you think that'll help your family?
It would help make dinner time a lot faster. We have 6 that have to eat every night, so dinner's always hectic and crazy.
Awesome. And so what else? I know that you had some other things that were kind of in the back of your mind, but I know you've had more time now to look at the catalog. What else is really jumping out that you would like to get for free or half price?
Oh, the salad choppers and the popcorn maker, I think, would make a nice Christmas gift, and the ceramic egg cooker. So those are some of the other things on my wish list.
Okay. And Chantel, I really like for people to look at that catalog like it's the Toys R Us book and you can have anything you want. So think about even a couple more things that just like, if you didn't have to worry and they were just handed to you, what else would you really like to get?
Oh, maybe a couple knives and maybe the rock crack.
Yes. Okay. So remember, our goal is to help you have a really successful party. And it sounds like we have about 7 items on your list right now. And I think that's a great place to start, but you can still add to your wish list. Have you had a chance to actually, I'm going to go ahead and as soon as we hang up, I'm going to send you a link for your actual party. So you're going to be able to go in there and build, like put that wish list right online. So what later you can go ahead and add those items to your cart after the party's over, but you don't have to get them all now. That wish list will stay there. So as you continue, so even after your party, if someone books parties off of yours, my personal goal is to help you get at least 2 to 3 bookings from the show so you can keep getting half price items. So if we want you to think bigger and longer and what you would like in the long run. It doesn't all have to be today. So I would like for you to go ahead and build that wish list right there on the computer. Are you okay with that?
Okay, sure, definitely.
Okay. So I found that inviting is really important. And I know that that you probably think there's no way I'm going to fit 40 people in my house. Why would she want me to invite 40, right? So
yeah, that definitely wouldn't fit.
They wouldn't fit, right? But do you think if you invite 40 people, all 40 people would come?
Probably not.
Okay, good. I'm glad you agree with me because I wouldn't want 40 people in my house either. But I will tell you from my experience that a lot of times people think, well, I couldn't invite 40 because they won't all fit. But the beauty of it is that you aren't going to have 40 people fit. You're going to expect that probably 20 will say, oh, yeah, that sounds fun. And then as it gets a little closer, a few are going to decide, oh, there's a birthday party I have to go to, or someone else is going to end up in the hospital. And so our goal is the day of to actually have about 12 to 15 in your home. So that will probably fit, right?
Yes, that would be a good number.
Okay. And our goal is with 15, if you can look at the back of the catalog, you'll notice if you flip it over there, can you tell me how much you would get in free if you had about 15 buying guests? It's kind of in a bold teal color, so it should be easy to find.
Yes, $215 free.
Right. So that will totally help towards that girl pan, right?
Yes, that would be awesome.
Okay. And then how many half price items would you get?
5.
Okay. And so with those 5 half price items, I'm sure one of those will be your salad choppers, right?
Yes, and we could do the egg cooker and the popcorn maker.
There you go. Okay. And then the thing is, you're probably going to find even more things that you're going to like at your actual cooking show that we didn't see at the last one. So I think we're going to have fun with this. And are you on board to work on inviting?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I already started handing out some invites.
You what?
I already started handing out some invites.
Awesome. How many did you get out already?
About 5.
Okay. And who else can you think of that you're going to see in the next 24 hours you're going to give some out to?
I was going to take some to basketball and soccer too.
Okay. And about how many people do you think you'll see there?
Probably at least another 5 or 8.
Okay. So now we're up to about 10 to 13. And then where else will you go this week?
I will be seeing a lot of family on Thanksgiving, so I don't know if they'll all come, but I figured I could at least give them the invites, and if they can't make it, then they can at least look through the invitations in order.
Exactly. It sounds like you're going to be the best host, an awesome host. I'm so excited now for your party. And now I also want you to think about who you maybe aren't sure if they would come, but you know loves food. Who do you know that just loves food?
I'll have to think about that. Maybe some of our neighbors. I don't talk to them too often, but I could see if they would want to stop by.
Yes. Okay. And then who else do you know that maybe are like your parents' friends or your aunt's friends or something like that?
We don't have any family around that we would invite, but maybe I can think about some of the other parents up at school maybe too.
Okay. I encourage you to invite a lot of people from different circles. So keep thinking of those things. And then I'll be checking in with you in a little bit, probably about next week, just probably via text to see how we're doing on those numbers with sending the invitations out. So the last thing I really want to talk to you, I'm not sure if you realize how extensive our Pampered Chef host program is, but we actually have 5 amazing parts to our host program. Would you like to hear about those?
Sure.
Okay, you might want a pen, just saying, because it's a lot, all right? Because you're not going to believe all this stuff. So the first thing is, it is November, and as you and I both know, we can help you get that Rock Crock at 60% off. So Every month there's a different host special, which is why it's never a bad time to host again when you're ready later. But this month we're going to help you get the Rock Crock at 60% off. So that's only the first part of our program. The second part is actually that chart we talked about on the back, where our goal is to help you get the $215 in free, the 5 half-price items, and 30% off anything else you want in the book. Does that sound good?
That sounds great.
Okay. The number 3 part of our host program that is really, really cool is the 50% as many times as you want when your friends decide to book a party. So have you been thinking about yet who else of your friends would want to have a fun party like this?
My friend Katie has a lot of parties, so she should be there. So she might want to have her in.
Awesome. Now, my goal is to help you get, like I said, 2 or 3 other people to go ahead and book those parties so you can keep getting the half-price items. So you're going to hear some no's when you are inviting people, and that's okay, but you can definitely encourage them to go ahead and book a party right away. So do you feel comfortable? How might you say that to a friend that said no?
Well, so like I said, a couple of my friends really like to have parties, so I would just let them know that they're as busy as I am, if not busier. That the Rock Crock or the Grill Pan would be great for them, and I'll see if they would want to have their own parties.
Awesome, perfect. Okay, so that's the 3rd part of our host rewards program. The 4th part is, this is so cool. You get 10% off for a whole year. So I don't want you to just think that this party is just today. I mean, our company will do like outlet sales later, and you may be invited to a different friend's party. I hope that their consultants me too. But if it's not, you can still order and get 10% off for a year. How does that sound?
That sounds pretty cool. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. And then the last thing that is really cool about our host program, and the only way you can get this deal is by hosting a party, is to take advantage of our Pampered Chef Kit credit coupon. Do you have any idea what that is?
No.
Okay. So if you want to turn to the inside back cover of your catalog, you'll see 3 kits. Have you looked at those yet?
Not really.
Okay. So those kits actually help change people's lives, and they actually give people the opportunity to start their own business. Have you ever thought about doing something like what I do?
Not really. I'm really busy with the kids.
Okay. And so I understand, because I'm completely busy too, actually. In fact, I'm so busy I do half of my business here and cooking parties like we're doing for you, but I do half of my parties online with Facebook parties. Have you ever been to a Facebook party before?
No, I've just done the cooking shows before.
Okay. Well, we can talk about it more a little bit as we go, but I do want you to understand there are consultants actually in our group and all across America that do parties not only in people's homes, but also right on Facebook, and some do a combo. So if you have any desire at all, I mean, could you think of a way to earn, like if you had some extra money, what would you use it for?
Right now, probably Christmas.
Okay. Yeah. And we have a lot of consultants that feel that way. So if you decide that you, anytime along the way, want to try out what I'm doing, I challenge you to watch and learn, and know there's different methods to being a consultant or different styles. So if you decide at any point during this party, at the end, instead of using all $215 in free product, you can take 25 or 50 of those towards the cost of one of those kits. So that $159 kit actually has the Rock Crock that you wanted right in it, and that Rock Crock alone is $139. So you're going to actually be getting that kit even cheaper than the cost if you use those host rewards. So it's kind of like getting all that for free and getting to change your life and help get some extra money around the holidays. Does that sound interesting to you?
Maybe a little. I'd have to think about it, but that does sound like a pretty good deal.
Okay. Well, we'll keep it in the back of my and I'm just gonna let you know I will be asking you a couple more times, only because I promised myself to ask other people, because I know that my life has changed thanks to this business. So if it doesn't work out, it's totally fine. You're allowed to say no, thank you, and I won't get my feelings hurt. But I would feel wrong if I didn't offer the opportunity to you. Okay.
Okay, and I'll think about it.
All right. So that is about all that we have to cover today. But I really want you to know I'm super excited. And after we get off the phone, I'm going to send you some sample words so that you can invite your friends. It's just going to be a little picture for those that you maybe call and can't get a hold of. But I want you to, I want us to work together on not only sending out the mini invites, the mini catalogs, but also working on sending text and phone calls with people as well. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I can do that. Definitely.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And I will be in touch. The next time we'll talk will probably be next week, and it'll be via text. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, that definitely. That is a lot easier.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and we'll talk soon.
Have a great night.
You too. So is that helpful, you guys?
I think it went great. Good job.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So here's the slide. Don't forget to offer the opportunity, which I think you guys heard. And I know we're kind of running a little bit different on time tonight to some technical difficulties. So I think we covered all of these things in that role play. We talked about getting outside bookings, inviting, and the attendance, etc., and offering the opportunity to everyone. And then there's a whole section in here on effective host coaching with virtual parties. The one big important thing to me that I stress with everyone when host coaching for virtual parties is to make sure you explain to your host the right way to invite and how people don't like to be dumped into a group or don't like to be added to an event without making it feel personal. So I do give very specific words and kind of a sample for them to modify of why their guests would want to come and why they picked them. So the rest of this is just another tic-tac-toe thing. And these are some Facebook posts, I believe, that you can put out there. But I think we're going to stop the screen share.
I just want to encourage people, too, that I only offer bonuses when I really need to, like, up my calendar. I've had several cancellations for December, so I will be offering some bonuses to make up those missed dates. But I wouldn't just offer bonuses at all time. It needs to be something that's, like, you know, new and exciting, not something that you just do every time, because then you'll find people aren't going to book until you offer a bonus and you're giving away part of your paycheck every single time you do a show. So make sure you use that sparingly, not for every party.
Yes. And a big thing now this was a good example. It says a host tip of the day, encourage your friends to book a party. We have talked a lot on our team about giving your host posts and things to say throughout the party to help you get more bookings and anything you can do to get the host. And so in host coaching, I will often say, I'm going to be sending you some fun tips and tasks that will help you throughout the party for a virtual party. And if you can just commit to doing those, it's like 1 or 2 things a day. That will really help you get a lot more people involved in your party. It's going to make it more fun. The posts I give you are like, why is this party fun? And what was your favorite thing? And tell us how you know each other. So those are things that your guests will benefit from. Are you okay with that? You know, that sort of thing is.
And if you want to share them on the event, Angela, yours are really good. So Angela's done a great job of coming up with fun things for her hosts to post. And she can, if you're willing to share them, you can just post them in the event, and then you guys can come up with your own pictures and take it and run with it.
Great. Yes. And so this week's call to action. Practice what you'll say to the host. And I know myself, and I'm sure Chantel probably also, we like to think it's more fun and more helpful to practice host coaching. So I challenge you all on this call to pick someone that's on the call and send them a private message and say, hey, can we practice host coaching each other really quick? Sometimes if you say it out loud, or you can ask your husband or your kid, sometimes your kids are fun to play along with. But anytime you can practice host coaching is very helpful. So make a 24-hour call with every host. That's like right after the party. Make 15 contacts a week outside of parties. We've been doing that. And then a power hour for bookings and recruits. And then listen to Make It Impactful with Laura Ankotol and Diana Feller. And to find that, you're going to find it under Consultants Corner, Training and Resources, director bound, call 3, make it impactful. If you want to jot that down, if you have a camera, you can screenshot this, etc. And then keep your eye on the goal. So who here on this call has a definite director date, their goal promote date? If you volunteer and say it out loud, you get major brownie points.
I do.
What is your date?
December 1st.
Yes. And who was that?
This is Amber Moat.
Awesome. Okay, y'all heard her. We're going to cheer you on now. Who else wants to be brave and get some serious brownie points and tell me their director date? I don't make brownies often. Come on, guys. No one else is feeling brave? All right, well, you're allowed to talk, I promise. Then I challenge you to put it this week in the on your group director page, or however you're checking in with your director. So I really want you guys to think about that date and envision it happening. So I'm gonna figure out how to stop the screen share. And I hope you all have a really good week. And I do have about 5 minutes. I can stop the recording, but I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has this week.
Are you able to stop the recording?
I'm doing it right
Okay.